Greetings, I'm Geofatboy. I make shaving videos and sell shaving supplies. Visit shavenation.com for all your shaving needs. Have a great shave, have a great day. Greetings, gents. I'm Geofatboy for shavenation.com. Today is New Year's Eve 2019, so tomorrow will be the first day of 2020. We're closing out the decade and we're starting a brand new decade. So I thought it only fitting that since Shave Nation will be starting its 10th year of business tomorrow, that I duplicate or reenact the original video that I did, the shave that started everything, more or less. I thought I'd reenact that very same shave using the exact same products. And by the exact same, I'm not kidding. This is my Merkur 34C, the exact same razor I used in that video about 10 years ago. And I'll use the same shaving cream, Taylor of Old Bond Street, Sandalwood, Tobbs, Sandalwood. The exact same brush, my little old wooden Badger brush from back in the day. Had many brushes since then. And of course, what other blade? The feather blade, feather double-edged blade. Here's a look at that. And then I know that I used a little silver bowl, a palm bowl like this, but who knows what happened to that. So I'll use this one. It's a Shave Nation palm bowl. Same size, only it's a nice midnight blue, a Shave Nation blue color. And going to put some of this Tobbs in here, lather up, warm up my face, and get the shave on. I'm probably going to babble a little bit, kind of reminiscent today, and I usually don't do that. Usually it's just no nonsense, get right to the shave. Do it, be done with it, move on. Get back to work. So today I'm going to spend a little time babbling while I'm shaving. So I'm going to warm up my face and we'll get rolling. Alright, just got it warmed up a bit. What I'm going to do is open up my Tobbs, Taylor of Old Bond Street, Sandalwood. I'm going to scoop some out with my finger. I'm going to dump it right into this bowl right here. And we're going to lather up from there. I'll soak the brush in some hot water. Just like that. I'm going to dump out the water. Shake off the bulk of the water from the brush. We'll go right in here and start to lather. A little bit of water. As I said, I've had many brushes since this one, and many that are a lot better, but this one still does its job, to be honest, believe it or not. It's already mixing up some decent lather. Check it out. A little more water. All right, here we go. Got some peaks, got some lather. I'll do a couple passes. I'm gonna wet my face, a little more hot water. Dry the fingers and lather up. This brush is a little bit scratchy, but still no problem mixing lather or applying it. Little figure 8 method, smooth everything out. What happens now? Clear the runways. There you go. All right, let's load up this blade. Unscrew the handle, unscrew the top cap, drop in the blade over the pins in the post, like so. 2-piece razor, Merkur HD 34C. Check the reveal, looks good to me. How about you? I think it's good. All right, I'm going to shave, starting at the sideburns. Still a fantastic razor, 10 years later. I'd prefer for it to be a little bit longer, but it still does the job. Nice and smooth, excellent place for anybody starting to shave with a safety razor. This is a great razor. First pass, done. Nothing to it. I had a couple days beard growth. One more, we'll do another pass. Quick rinse. And lather up again. Taylor of Old Bond Street Sandalwood, one of my favorite shaving creams. Excellent scent. Very popular. Since I used it in that video about 10 years ago, it's really, I think it's become the most popular shaving cream out there. People have told me you can track it, and from the time I did the video, it just goes up and up. I'll go against the grain. And across. I think it's the exact same way I did it 10 years ago. Same method, no change. Tried and true. Time tested. All right, another rinse. There we go, nice and smooth. Just a quick two-passer, pat the face dry. Let's apply some Parasso, the Aloe and Vitamin E aftershave. Also one of my faves. I don't think I used this one back in the day, but I'm going to use it today. Nice balm, protect your skin. The only way to shave, in my opinion, safety razor or straight razor. So enjoyable, brushing on the lather, using your technique with a safety razor. Very satisfying. All right, I guess I didn't want to babble too much while I was shaving. But I think I'll babble a little bit now. I have a few things to say. First off, 10 years. Don't they go by in a blink? And yes, I plagiarized that from William Parrish in Meet Joe Black. Also, one of my favorite movies. To all the people that have followed me from the very beginning, back in the day, thank you very much for your support. I greatly appreciate you, all the comments on YouTube and Facebook and following me on Instagram. Means a lot, and I couldn't do all this without your support. And thank you for your support of Shave Nation as well. That keeps everything going. So I want to mention a few names. I picked out about 10 names that I can remember that were with me almost from all the way back in the day. So Number one, we're going to go Sly. What's up, Sly? Thank you for being with me from the beginning. Tyson. These two guys, they live on like opposite ends of the country, and they never met each other, but through the shaving channel, through Geofatboy, I think, and Shave Nation YouTube channel, they met each other online, and they have struck up a great friendship, and I'll just say that they're both ball busters. They throw it back and forth all day long, and sometimes I get included in that, and it's always fun. It's always good humor. It's a laugh. So those two guys, I remember like way back in the day. They've been here from the very beginning. And also Lucas, Air Force Lucas, thank you very much for all your support. Sends me postcards once in a while, which I really appreciate. And postcards from Japan, wherever he happens to be. Pretty cool. And then also G-Man. He's from New York area. What's up, G-Man? Then Hawkeye and the director. And he told me his name, and I just called him the director because what he told me in one of his emails was that he shaves sitting down. Got some back problems, some physical ailments that he just can't stand up and shave, so he shaves sitting down, and from then on I called him the director, and it kind of just stuck. He even calls himself the director now in his emails. Felix, what's up? I hope all is good. Fight the good fight. Keep it up. Thank you for your support and your kind letters and kind words. Also, Mr. B, what's up, buddy? How are you? We talk on the phone every once in a while. Shout out. And AC from Brooklyn. You've been with me from the very beginning. You used to go, hey, kid, what's up? On his YouTube comments. Good stuff. A nice Italian boy. AC from Brooklyn. And then, last but not least, very important, most important, Big Al. My buddy, my brother, Big Al's the person that I made this video for. I'll put a link to that first video up here somewhere, either in the beginning or right here. The first video I ever did, in case you haven't seen it. I kind of made that video for him so that he could see how to shave with the safety razor, the brush and cream and all that good stuff. Because his words were, I gave him a set. He was going away for a new job. I gave him a set. I gave him this exact setup. Merkur 34C, blades, shaving cream, and a little wooden brush. And he goes, what the hell is that? He goes, I don't know how to shave with that. I use a disposable and I throw it away. I said, no. I said, listen, I'll make a little video. I think I had made a couple other videos. One about my Rocker C motorcycle and another one about changing something on a car. So those two things. And then I told him, I said, I'll make you a video. I'll show you how to do it. You just watch it when you get there and try it. See, I'm sure you'll like it. So that's exactly what happened. I put the video up on YouTube, and then like a month later, I got 1,000 views, and I'm like, there's some interest here. So I started thinking about doing something different other than being an electrician because there was no work at that time. Times were pretty bad. So I bought my favorite 20 products. These items were all included in my first 20, and I put them up on a website. It's a long story. I'm going to put the video to how it all started right here as well. I'll put it up there, and you can check that out, how Shave Nation got started, and Geofatboy, and you can learn all about that as well. Might give you some incentive and some motivation on some days when you feel it's a little too difficult to do whatever you have in mind, whatever you're trying to do, should give you some motivation to get up off your ass and get out there and do it, and don't give up. So also, let's move on. A lot of you make New Year's resolutions, and they sound great January 1st, 2nd, 3rd, but by the time February rolls around, they fall by the wayside. You can't do that. You got to be persistent. You got to stick with it. You can't give up. Don't give up on your dream. Set your goal, whatever your goal may be. What you want to do is put it out there, talk about it, put it in the karmic atmosphere, say it, tell people about it, write it down, put it on your phone. And most important thing, if you do nothing, what happens? Nothing, right? So what I do on my phone, I'd show you. My phone's in the other room right now. I don't want it vibrating while I'm doing this. So I have on my phone a to-do list, and it's way long. It's like way long. And sometimes it's really long, and sometimes it shortens up. But I have a whole list of different things I need to get done, like daily, and then weekly, and then monthly. And I put them on that list, and just by doing that, I'm setting my goals, putting them out there. What happens is I won't even look at it for a few days, but I have it in my head, I have it on the phone, and then I'll look at it again, and I'm like, whoa, I did 5, 6, I did all these things already. Let me check those off. I add new ones. And I just keep that thing going. It's always going. Carry my phone with me all the time. I always look at it, see what I have to do each day, plan my day out, and you have your little minor goals, and then they work up to your major goals. So whatever your goal is, set that goal. You should do something every day, even no matter how small it is. Do something every day that gets you closer to accomplishing that goal. Very important. And you will. Eventually, you will accomplish that goal. Don't quit. You do you. Don't listen to everybody else. Don't listen to the naysayers like Arnold Schwarzenegger. You listen to anything he says, there's going to be the haters. And I know that because every time I put out a video, I can get, 10,000 views, and then I got 1,000 thumbs up on the video, and then I go back and look 1 or 2 days later. There's always going to be that one thumbs down, right? There's always going to be that one, that hater, that jealous person, whoever it is, and they got to give you that thumbs down. Guess what? In the beginning, it used to bother me. Now, I can care less. I expect it. I know it's going to happen. I just go beyond that, keep my chin up, keep my head up, and just keep looking to the positive. I don't dwell on that negative stuff. So you need to set high standards for yourself. Hang out with people that have high standards. Hang out with people who are successful. Remember when you were a kid and your parents told you, don't hang out with that person. They're bad news. I don't like them. Well, your parents were right. It's true. In my experience, one or two buddies when I was a kid, my parents were like, why are you hanging out with that person? You're going to get in trouble, Seemed like whenever we were together, we would get in trouble. It was true. So, nothing serious. I mean, we just get into our little childhood, little misdemeanors or whatever you want to call them. Nothing legal, nothing terrible. But your friends are very important. Who your friends are, that's who you become as well. So keep good friends, keep good company. And even when you're starting out, sometimes you're going to make mistakes. It's okay. You learn from your mistakes. I remember back when I was an electrician, we'd be sitting around in the morning getting ready to start our day. And this guy, Pete, he was a foreman on one of the jobs. He's an old military guy, which I love these guys, He would get up and say, all right, let's go. Let's do something, even if it's wrong. And I agree with that. I remember when I first started this business, I made mistakes. I did things wrong. But you learn from those mistakes, and then you learn the right thing to do. And those mistakes become fewer and fewer. They fall by the wayside, and you can just carry on. I still make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. I mean, it's part of life. You learn from your mistakes, and you move on. That's all. Thomas Edison, didn't he fail at least 1,000 times before he came up with the light bulb? Truth, he did. So, yeah, it's part of being in business. It's part of learning. It's part of reaching your goals. You will fail. If you fail and stay down, you failed. If you get up off your ass and get up there and try again, you didn't fail. That was a learning experience. So keep that in mind. All right, that's just a few tips, from my years in business and actually a couple different businesses. And hopefully they help you. So again, I want to thank you for all the people who have helped me along the way and the people who have shown support to me, Geofatboy, and Shave Nation. I greatly appreciate all your words, kind notes, and messages through the years. I want to ask you for a favor right now. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, click that subscribe button and click that bell. I don't know that bell. You click that bell and you get notified of future videos coming out by me. So click that subscribe and click that bell, and that's good. I thank you for that, and we'll grow and share the love of wet shaving. We'll keep this thing rolling. So if you do that for me, I'd like to ask you, what would you like to see in 2020 from me? What would you like to see in the videos? Anything special? Leave a comment below. Let me know what you want to see, what types of videos, what products, anything like that, and I'll try my best to accommodate. And as you know, I don't know if you noticed, but I try my best to answer. When I put out a video, I get tons of questions and comments and things. I always try to answer almost all the questions that I can. And over the years, I've answered thousands of questions. So I appreciate your comments under every video, and I read each one, and I try to respond to each one as well. So in closing, thank you again for all your support over the years, the past 10 years. And please don't give up. Let's keep rolling into the future. I'll keep putting out videos. Ideally, I'm very busy with work and everything, but ideally I'd like to put out 2 videos a week, maybe Wednesday and Saturday. I'm going to do my best to keep up with that. So thank you for your support. I want to wish you and your families all the best in 2020. Whatever you desire in this next 10 years, this next decade, I hope you attain it. And best of health, best of wealth, prosperity, all good things. Thank you so much for watching. Visit shavenation.com for all your shaving supplies. I'm Geofatboy. Have a great shave, have a great day, and have a great decade. I'm out.